Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Witty Banter. You can find this on any podcasting system out there. The video on YouTube, it's youtube.com/C/tannerwatson.
Really?
Yeah, I don't understand why they do that, but that's what they do.
Where'd the C come from?
I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. That's just what YouTube has done.
Okay.
But today we're doing things a little differently. We're talking on the topic. That's hard to say.
Talking on the
We
topic.
have the topic of the 4th of
big
July.
brass monkey.
The big brass monkey went down the lane. The big brass monkey went down.
Yeah, we're talking about the 4th of July, so happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. So today we're talking about the 4th of July. For those of you that aren't in America or those that are kind of too young, that's where we won our independence, America. And now we celebrate getting our independence by drinking a lot of alcohol and
shooting off fireworks.
Shooting guns and fireworks. A lot of things that are typically American.
Yeah.
So, I actually have a 4th of July story.
Do tell.
From whenever I was a kid. We used to go... We've always went to the exact same fireworks store. It's called the Tennessee-Alabama Fireworks Store, and it's right on the line.
I went there. Papa used to take me up there. It's up there towards the mountain.
Yep.
Yeah. Every 4th of July, Papa... I mean, he was saying I'd come home from school, and he'd be like, get in the car. I'd be like, what? He'd be like, get in the car. We'd drive up there... Small little mom and pop. I mean, almost looks like they sell drugs too. Like
I think they do.
You can get marijuana and you can get some bottle rockets at the exact same store.
Well, if you look, this half is like your typical grocery store.
Oh yeah,
gas
like roadside
station,
store. Yeah.
And this side is nothing but fireworks.
Yeah.
It was split in two.
Which is actually interesting because in Georgia, where this is being filmed and where I used to live and you still live. Fireworks, I'm pretty sure, were illegal. That's why we had to drive up on the mountain into Tennessee
they didn't sell
to get the
here,
fireworks. Yeah, they didn't
means.
sell them in Georgia, so we had to drive into Tennessee to get the fireworks, come back to Georgia and shoot them off. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm pretty sure they were illegal, though. Like, it was, you're not allowed to buy fireworks, not allowed to shoot them off, whatever.
I'm not sure. It's not that way now.
Everybody did, though.
Yeah.
I mean, for God's sakes, I mean, you'd wake up on July 5th and there'd be, like, a smoke all over, like, Chickamauga, just from where everybody shot off to, like, 4 a.m. on that night before.
But
so your story, I know.
My story, sorry. So we would always go up there, and I'm talking, we would drop like 2 weeks worth of pay on fireworks. Like 4th of July was huge. It was right up there next to St. Patrick's Day.
Huge.
It was huge. So we would go and me and my uncles would buy a lot of bottle rockets, black cats, and Roman candles.
Zippity doo dahs, whisker biscuits,
scooter doos and scooter don'ts. Whistling bungholes.
Yeah, boy.
So we would go up there and we would buy all of them and come back home, and like we would go like a week early. We were so excited. As soon as we got paid, we'd go up there, and we would have bottle rocket and Roman candle wars. Imagine airsoft, where you're decked out in all this military gear and stuff, or paintball, but then like in your pockets and stuff, you have firecrackers. So we would be like running around in the woods, lighting like the black cat strings that have like 50 on them, light it on fire and just chunk it at somebody.
Nice.
Or like we would have like these metal tubes that we would put the bottle rockets down in, and you could aim it
like a rifle
and shoot bottle rockets at people. Yeah. So I'll never forget it. The worst out of all of them was the Roman candles. You're not supposed to hold. If you don't know what a Roman candle is, it's a little. It's a stick. It looks like a stick. And you light one end on fire, you're supposed to stick it in the ground, and it shoots a fireball out. You are not supposed to hold them in your hand.
Basically a flare.
Like
a flare to get that.
A flare you can shoot.
You shoot it.
Like a flare gun.
And y'all shot it at each other.
We did. So we would light it. You're not supposed to hold it for one. You're not supposed to shoot people with it. You could light that.
You're not supposed to hold them?
No, you're not supposed to hold them at all. It says on there, do not hold. You're supposed to put it down in the ground and let it shoot out.
My God.
Yeah, because it can explode.
I had no idea. I thought you were supposed to hold them.
Exactly.
I've always held them.
We would light it on fire, and I'm talking pointed at each other. Just boop, 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 boop. They only had like 6 or 7 shots, depending on which ones you bought. Some of them had like 10 shots in them. The higher, more expensive ones. What'd you pay another $1 for?
Highfalutin ones. Yeah.
But those were the worst things ever because they would hit your clothes and burn straight through into your skin. It wasn't like a bottle rocket where it hit you and fell off and exploded. These hit you and stuck. And it was like
Halo, those little plasma grenades.
Like a plasma grenade.
Ah!
Yeah. Except it was more like, what's that stuff they used in the war where they would throw it?
Napalm? No, phosphorus.
Phosphorus.
White phosphorus.
It's like phosphorus. It would stick to you and just burn into your skin. I have so many scars. I still have a shirt. I need to get it. That is just, there's nothing left. It's a collar of a shirt. That's it. From just bottle rocket
why did
wars.
you keep it?
It's my favorite shirt I've ever had. I still have it.
I still have it.
It's a Fox
all it
Racing
is
shirt.
is a collar.
It looks like a cape. It's bad.
Cape.
Yeah, it's got so many holes in it.
So I take it you weren't that good at bottle rocket wars. You got hit a lot, huh?
I was a lot younger than my uncles.
So I take so what you're telling me when I'm picturing is young Tanner and his uncles just shitting him with bottle rockets.
Yeah. Oh man.
It's your best weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like.
Oh man.
Like I said, we would spend like 2 paychecks.
Yeah.
On it. We would have enough leftover fireworks to last the entire year until the next 4th of July.
Good God.
I'm dead serious.
So y'all shot them off all year?
All year. Yeah, it wasn't just a one-day thing. Like, I remember, this is a whole nother story, but I was riding my dirt bike. I had this little dirt bike track in our yard, and I was riding it around, and my dad was standing on the porch shooting bottle rockets at me while I was riding my motorcycle. All the time. It was like practice for him, like a little fun. Yeah.
Well, all right then. So my 4th of July was a little different. We usually would go out and we get something to eat.
Yours was spent with love.
Yeah.
Family goes out.
Get faster on that thing, Tanner. No, mine, we would usually go out to eat. We'd usually get something and bring it home and eat, or Nana would cook. And after we got done cooking, Papa would take me up onto the mountain the night before.
Right.
And we would spend, I wouldn't say 2 weeks paycheck.
We did.
Papa spent like $50-$60. He'd get one of those, you know, it was like the discount bags, like the boxes.
Yeah, the boxes.
He'd get one of the big boxes, the ones that they
we never got
this
those.
tall. Getting the camera about like, well, I'll do it this way, like that big, and we'd get them, and then we'd shoot the whole thing off that night. So you're like, we had enough ball rockets last all year. We'd shoot everything we had all night. We'd sit up till midnight, just shooting them all off.
See, I don't mean to interrupt. My parents were kind of backwards on that thought process. They were like, my God, we can buy this huge box full of stuff for $200? That's ridiculous. But we're going to spend $400 on all this little stuff. Like, we literally would buy separate stuff to be $400, but not one big box full of stuff for $200.
You remember the little tanks?
My favorite was the little snakes.
It
It was like a little black brick, and you'd light it on fire, and it was the junkiest thing ever.
That's the saddest excuse for a firework ever.
It is. There's no...
What I used to do as a kid, I'd get out there, and I would take the little tanks. My papa would buy me a pack of tanks.
Right.
What it is, if you don't know, it's made of like cardboard, and it's got 3 little fuses on it, and they shoot out and they crackle. They're basically like sparklers, basically. But they do have, it shoots a little explosive, not very big, but a little one. I'd take all 4 of them, I'd light them, and I'd get all excited, and it'd be a war, and the one that didn't catch on fire was the winner.
Nice.
And yeah. That was just what I used to do. I used to love that. That and bottle rockets. I do have a story that involves Mr. Owen Suits coming over to my house on 4th of July.
All right.
Okay, so this year my grandfather bought me... No, I used some of my own money at this time, and I bought $60 worth of bottle rockets.
That's a lot of bottle rockets.
A lot of bottle rockets.
Because they come in like a group of like 100.
So, young and dumb, me and Owen get out there, and we're like shooting them off. Pow! Pow! You know,
right.
Well, I put more down there, and I put like 15.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Love it.
That's the best thing ever. It's so
I don't know why, but I don't know if I said it, if Owen said it, if it was an idea. Fast forward about 2 hours, I have 150 bottle rockets put inside of a mason jar with a can of hairspray and a lighter.
That is a horrible idea.
So what I'm doing is I light the lighter and whoosh, and if you've ever, don't do this. This is a really bad idea. But so I'd hold the lighter and I'd take like a flamethrower. So what I did was we put 150, it might have been 200. I know I had a stack of them, and we were like, I don't know if I said it, if he said it, it's been a long time ago. Basically, one of them looked at the other and goes, you know, it'd be fun. And we took the entire stack. I mean, we had bottle rockets on top of bottle.
Goodness.
We had 2 layers. You had 1 layer, then you had a second layer of fuses, and we curved them up.
None of this sounds like a good idea.
So who was gonna do it? Well, it was my house. So
right.
if somebody gets hurt, it's gonna be me.
Right.
So I take the hairspray and the lighter, and I'm like, yeah, man. And I put it down, and I do it, and it starts going, and then I drop the lighter, and it's just this fire that's coming out of. Owen told me later, but I'm like waving it around, like, oh my god, it's so cool. I put it under the thing, and I hit it, and as I do it, one of them explodes from the heat. Pow!
Of course.
So I drop the hairspray thing and run away. I'm young. I'm
right.
like 15, 16. So we get down. We look back. I wish we would have just recorded not the firecrackers, but our face.
Right.
Because the whole backyard lit up. There's every single one of them goes off almost at the same time. And it's not like one of those things like, wow! I mean, they're coming towards us.
Yeah.
They're hitting the house.
Yeah.
They're going and hitting the neighbor's house.
Yeah.
Dogs are barking. And it's just this big, like, white glow that's just, like, glowing on our faces as we're laying down. As the entire sky just... It looks like one of those cluster bombs that drop in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
All over the sky. We're just sitting there watching it. As soon as it's done, it is dead silent. And you just hear some woman up the road, for all I know, could have been your mom, just come outside and go, what the hell? And I was like, we were just sitting down there looking at each other. Papa comes outside, Nana comes outside. What was that? Like, we just shot a bunch of them off. Never questioned it. Okay,
that's
shot a bunch
awesome.
off. I mean, it literally looks like there had been a Civil War battle. Just the smoke, the destruction, these pieces of wood falling from the sky. Like 5 minutes, pieces of wood just kept falling out of the sky. Tree branches, not branches came down, but leaves were falling out of trees where it hit.
That destroys a war zone.
Yeah. I mean, it took me forever. By the way, I had to clean it up. It took forever.
Of course.
But that 5 seconds, that 5 seconds I'll always remember.
I was, anytime I went to my grandmother's, I was raised by my uncles. So it was a different time. It is. It was a different time back then. We used to play a game where we would take a bottle rocket and peel the stick off of it, and we would stand in a circle, and no one was allowed to move. Someone would light on fire and just toss it in the middle. And we would have to stand there. So whenever you took the stick, the point in the bottle rocket stick is to make it shoot in a straight trajectory. Straight line.
Trip you up on a hard word there.
Yeah.
Trajectory.
Trajectory.
You got it.
Is that right?
I'm not going to help you. You
Okay.
got this.
So, but you rip the stick
yourself.
off, and that thing, it's a wild card. It just goes anywhere. So we would all stand in a circle. None of us was allowed to move. The last one to move won. Light it and just toss it in the center. I'll never forget, man. I didn't have a shirt on, and it hit me right here. And, dude, it hurt so bad. It would leave little whelps on you. Oh, God, it was horrible. It was so bad.
I feel like your stories are going to be a lot more interesting than my stories during this thing. Like,
I'm
not even joking. Like, I have nothing near that. I do have one, though. Do you remember those mortars that shoot off and they go up in the sky? Oh, my God. Okay. Now, I have another story. You're talking about fireworks. I have a story, but I'm not going to share it in this video because I want to do a hobbies video one day.
Okay.
And I'll talk about reenacting where we went out in Owen's backyard with fireworks.
Nice.
Anyways, for this story, though, I had one of those big mortars that go up in the sky and they explode.
Right.
Okay. So, actually, I lied. It was the day after the 4th of July. It was about sunset.
Yeah.
And we had some left over, and I was shooting them. Boom, boom, I'm loving it. Nana and Papa were inside. I had that trust, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm a man, because I'll talk about something else in a second, but, so I'm shooting them off. They're going up, explode. I love it. Well, the tube was left out the night before, so it got a little dew on it.
Yeah.
So I light the mortar. I'm giggling. I'm a kid. I'm like 11 at the time. I run back, and it's going. The string hangs out, and it goes into the tube. When it went in the tube went.
I've had that happen.
And I'm sitting here like,
yeah.
And it falls over, and I just.
Yeah, I've had that happen.
And it shoots, boom, and goes right under my grandpa's truck.
That's a nightmare.
At that moment, time stopped. Birds were just stopped in the sky. I could hear my heartbeat. I could feel the earth moving.
That's a nightmare.
And I'm thinking, that truck's gonna explode.
It's kind of like a Rambo movie.
I'm dead. Oh no, I'm dead. And it used to be my great grandfather's truck.
Oh no.
And I'm like, I'm dead. I said, this is about to explode. If the explosion doesn't kill me. Nana and Papa, I'm going to go to military school. I'm
Yeah.
done.
Oh, yeah, that's
I'm
it.
gone. This is it. I feel like writing you a letter. I'm like, Tanner, I'm gone. Well, I don't think you were my friend, but I didn't really hang out with you then. But
Right.
I just feel like writing like my last will and testament. But I just remember it landed under the thing, and it was still, you could hear the fuse just, and I was sitting there, and it's like, it took like 5 minutes to explode, but I didn't move. I was sit there like,
Waiting.
for 5 minutes. And I remember
It wasn't 5 minutes. I'm sure it was like that.
Oh, it probably took 30 seconds.
Yeah.
But to me, 11-year-old Nick, 5 minutes, that thing stood, that bomb sit underneath that gas tank.
Yeah.
And I just remember I just held my breath. And then it exploded. Boom! And it shot it. And it wasn't one of those that just explode. Boom! The car shook. And those little things, pow, 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 shot out everywhere. I just remember seeing that. And I was like, the first thing I went, it didn't explode.
You're right. The
truck
truck didn't explode.
It shook. The truck didn't explode. It shook, but didn't explode. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I'm alive. I'm okay. Everything's okay. The truck didn't explode. By the time Papa come out, what was that? And I looked at him and I was like, I don't know. It must have been up the road. And he goes, I will keep it down, and went back inside.
Wow.
I got off
Wow.
scot-free. So, to say the least, I didn't touch them after that. I
no.
threw all the fireworks
Oh, no.
away, went in my room, started playing N64.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm not getting in trouble. These things are dangerous.
N64.
It's another day.
Yeah. My this is probably my last story with fireworks. My worst ever experience with fireworks. So when you have the little row, I don't even know exactly what they're called, but it's like the little sticks of dynamite, and there's a bunch of them in one.
Black
thing.
cat.
It's like a black cat.
Yeah, black cat.
So
I'm familiar with that.
the main wick is a green wick, which burns very slowly. The
white wicks.
The white wicks.
Oh my God! I
They
was going to
burn
talk
like
about
this.
that next, dude. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, the first time I ever experienced the white wicks was we had bought some, and they're cheaper than the green wicks. So for years I had dealt with the green wicks. So I'd light them, you'd hold them, and you'd throw them up there, pow pow pow. So I go to grab them, and I'm like, I lit them just to see what they would do, and it's like the green ones you'd light, it's like pow 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 pow. They sound like gunshots.
Yeah.
Pow, pow, pow. You might even see it on YouTube. Some people use them to like scare like gunshots. Like, oh my God, they're shooting or something's exploding. They're really loud. So I remember I lit them, and I would always light, and I would run back about 5 feet, and I'd watch it explode. Well, the white ones, I was like right over, and I was like, and it was like 2 seconds. It was like, pow, 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 right in my face. Sorry, right in my face.
Right.
And I didn't even get a chance to run out, and it scared the crap out of me.
Yeah.
I mean, because I didn't know. I thought they were defective. I was like, Paul, I can't use them. Those things are defective. Those things.
They're bad.
Like that, yeah.
Yeah. My worst experience was...
Not allowed to hit the table during filming?
Well, you hit it right here next to the microphone. You were like, boom.
I got a wedding ring on, too.
Yeah.
That
It makes it really loud.
Sorry, my bad.
But, so, was July 5th. And I was young. I was little, but I'll never forget this. So, being that small, we weren't allowed to use lighters. We had to use these little sticks. And I believe they still use them. And they are the worst inventions on the
those
planet.
burning sticks.
You light it on
Where
fire.
you're supposed to put, like, the embers on the
and
fireworks.
to light. You'd
like
stand there
that's
for
gonna
like
work.
5 minutes trying
And
to
no
get it
idea
lit.
if it's going to work or not, so you're just, like, standing over the firework light.
Right. And then it finally lights and you freak.
Yeah, because you don't expect, especially with the white wicks, you're like...
Yeah. Well, I
Spam!
went out the next morning, and they were my uncles were making me clean it up. Well, I was out there, and I saw one that it had a white wick on it, and it burned, like most of it, and it was about that far, less than 1/4 of an inch
I never touched
away
those.
from that.
I never touched
And I had
those.
my little stick. I literally picked up and was holding in my hand like this, close to my face.
Let me stop for a second. So your young mind was like, it's going to start hissing. I'm going to drop it. It's going to explode.
Yes.
It's going to be so cool.
That's what I was thinking. That's what
they all think.
But literally, it's 4 inches from my face with a wick that's less than 1/4 of an inch, gray wick or white wick, and I'm just sitting here touching it, and it lights. And I swear to you,
hiss boom.
it didn't hiss. The moment it lit, it exploded, and it exploded in my hand, in my face. I couldn't hear for 2 days.
Are you serious?
I thought I was deaf.
Oh my God.
I could not hear. It was all like muffled like this. I couldn't hear anything.
Like in the movies?
Like in the movie. Like whenever he's all boo, 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 and they're like... That's how the next 2 days
Did you have the ringing like in the movies?
Oh,
too,
yeah.
or, okay.
Oh, yeah. And it was just, hey, man, I can't hear. It was horrible. It was the worst experience I've ever
I'm
had.
shocked you survived childhood.
I am too.
It's a
With
wonder.
all the childhood. Oh man.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I'll let you go ahead and close it.
That's a few of our stories on 4th of July and America's independence. Happy birthday, America.
Happy birthday, America. Love you.
Thank you for watching or
we're still going.
listening, no matter where you're consuming this.
Oh, yeah.
Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that little notification bell down there on YouTube.
Yep.
And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you.